Okay, so we're here to talk about today just kind of the journey of you and what you've created, and also blending that in with what I've created. And I'm super excited. I was telling somebody recently that like I had one transaction with you. We had that little house down on what was it? Street was that? I just remember like, I really like her. Like if I could do transactions with somebody like that on every transaction, like my life would be amazing. Like we worked really hard for each of our clients, and then we collectively worked together to like get to the finish line when there were some challenges, and everybody could be as awesome as us.
And it wasn't combat.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. It shouldn't be.
It never should be.
You're on different teams, but you're all looking to achieve the same goal. And I feel like the people that you've brought into your world, I imagine are that you have helped build their own businesses and taken under your mama bear wing. I feel like that trickles down, right? The leaders are really important. And the whole tone and vibe and culture within any organization is who's in the leadership roles. And so, and you're fucking awesome because you're exactly the opposite of me on so many ways.
I'm so happy that you view that as a positive.
I do. As much as I love looking in the mirror or being on camera, like, no, I feel like for me, like there's so many things like, you know, when I had this idea of local, I was like, I needed something as an agent, and I felt like there was a void in the marketplace for agents like me. And it was creating this like network of other awesome agents that want to go deep in their communities and serve their neighbors through real estate and other means. And how cool would it be if every portion of our city had an awesome brand ambassador for building community that's authenticity above all, right? And that's Dawn. Obviously, that's your slogan that you have for your brand. And I just think it's awesome because it's who doesn't want to work with somebody who's going to be a truth teller and real.
Yeah.
So, So can you share with me a little bit about your journey as a team lead, good and bad?
So it really started after my son, my only, went off to college, and I realized he wasn't going to come back home. Like he wasn't going to live on mom's couch. He went from college to Japan, and in college met the love of his life that he's married to now. And I, as a single parent, you know, I was 25 years old with a toddler when I got into this business. I thought that when he left the nest, oh my gosh, I can work 24/7 guilt-free. Oh my God, my dogs. So two things happened.
So do you have dogs to take care of now?
Two things happened because I was a terrible empty nester. I ended up with dogs. I needed a reason to come home at the end of the day. And I then started, I got my first business and real estate coach, and that led me down the team path. And it has given me a purpose outside of myself. You know, I've learned I need to be needed. And there are things about my personality that I used to view as flaws, and I would fight them. And I'm too freaking tired to try to rewire myself completely. So it's, you know, the team is my attempt at using my powers for good.
Yeah, I love it. And you can definitely tell, like, just in the way that you interact with the people in your world, that you're like that caretaker, mama bear, want to protect, want to guide and lead. And I think that's so awesome. And it's like, it's natural for you.
Yeah. It's a fine line, right? You don't want to be the great enabler. And I think really what I have to give is all of my screw ups, and there are plenty of them. But if I can use that to help somebody, to keep somebody, from falling on their ass, then it's worth it.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't all for nothing.
I felt like where I went wrong as I was bringing into the picture folks that needed more. They needed more guidance. They weren't the independent agent that was running their own practice like me. And I was bringing all these amazing humans into the space. And we have great people at local that I was not serving through leadership like somebody like yourself could, because you A, want to, and B, you know how to. So that's kind of what's so cool about the yin and the yang of how you and I operate, of like what drives us.
Well, and it blows my mind how it's been 3 weeks, right, since I officially made the move over to Real Broker. And in making that move, like flipping everything for the last several years on its head, it wasn't on the radar.
Yeah.
We
were
I
going to
was
get you a sticker for your old sign that had Real to cover up your previous brokerages. I mean, that was literally I was like, okay, get me I can help you with that. Get me the dimensions of your logo currently, and I'll get you a sticker in your same colors, and we'll put it on there. That was what I'd signed up for, Dawn.
Surprise! I still remember the look on everybody's face when we were sitting at the table, and I'm like, what if I just do away with Dawn Cordiner Real Estate Group?
Yeah, we were sitting right here in the office. Like we were with all the, and yeah. I mean, I think that's cool. That speaks to the people that find great success in building something, or the people that are able to pivot and be flexible. Yeah. And I feel like the moment that we get into a place where we're rigid and like have the blinders on to any change is where things just get stagnant and boring. I mean, there's plenty of realtors out there that are doing things as status quo, and they're great and it's fine and whatever.
Nothing was broken.
No.
But here's the thing. We hear all the time in coaching, training, our real estate rah-rahs. It's about the relationship. Don't be transactional. It's about the relationship.
Yeah.
And something that has just hit me in the chest is that, yes, the client-realtor relationship is very important. But damn, the peer-to-peer relationships, those are important. And part of any good relationship, there's mutual sacrifice. There's give and take. And for me, in this phase of my journey, that's what was missing. I have some amazing friends in the space. I have amazing mentors. It is important to me to be around people that are smarter than me at all times. And my cheese got moved a lot in the last year and a half. And the way this all came about, it's just been so natural and, quite honestly, empowering. I didn't leave the brokerage I was at prior because anything was wrong. It was so serendipitous how this came about. You and I talked 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we didn't like each other any less then.
Yeah.
We were just in different spaces and needed different things. But
neither of us would have been ready for any kind of collaboration effort beyond a traditional, like, oh, I'm going to help you come into the brokerage.
I would have wanted to help you on the managing broker role. I would have wanted to help you build Real. Like, I know me.
Yeah.
And that was before a lot of therapy to establish boundaries. But running into you after almost 2 years, randomly.
Yeah. Super random.
Still didn't have, what was that, a Saturday? Didn't have on my brain, I'm going to move brokerages. That one didn't cause me tension, because the first thing that came to my mind was an alignment with you.
We were talking yesterday, and you were telling me stories from a couple of different brokerages ago, right? Because you've been around a little bit, not a lot, but enough. Like you've been in the business for long enough where you've had exposure to different models and different leaders and different brokerages and all the things. And it really kind of hit me at that moment that, like, something I really love about you is like you are like the mama bear, but you're not like an old, if that makes sense. Like you have all of the just connections and skill set and knowledge and intuition that somebody who's been in the business as long as you have, but then you also have this like curiosity and eagerness about you as somebody who just got into the business. And I feel like that's something that is really missing a lot of the time when people have been in a trade for as long as you have. Like, how long you been in? 25 years?
Long time.
Yeah. So there's this like whole generation of agents that, and it's not an age thing. It's a mentality thing.
Yeah.
I am been in the business for so long that I feel like I know it all and I have nothing else to learn. And the moment we stop learning in this industry is literally the moment that you become obsolete as an agent.
We're done.
Do you like to unfuck people's problems?
Sometimes.
Okay.
It's just really important to make sure that while you're pulling somebody up, that you're not getting pulled down. And that has been a massive lesson over the last 18 months.
That's why people are attracted to us as humans, right? Yeah. They want to be in our orbit because they know we truly care. Like, it's building a collective of awesome humans that practice real estate that are all there for each other when they want to or can be. And I think that's what excites me the most about this is I was at a stalemate. I wasn't wanting to build anything beyond what I'd built until you came along, because I knew I didn't have the capacity for it.
Yeah.
And what's the African proverb, the one that Sharon always says, if you want to go far, go together.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of true. And I didn't really actually I was like, whatever, that's cute. Until you and I first started talking.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that makes sense. The only child in me has a very hard time bringing other people into the space.
Well, and you know what still cracks me up, Erin, is that I assumed we were far more similar in certain lanes than we are. And I fucking love it even more, that the yin and yang. I keep waiting for, as I'm going through digital assets, and I'm removing Don Cordiner Real Estate Group, and I'm adding local real estate team at Real Broker. And I keep waiting for this sadness, but it's not like that. All I feel is excited because this solves so many things. One, I had a problem with, well, who's going to want to attach to my name? Who's going to want my name to be their marketing? It felt funny to me.
With the Don Cordiner Real Estate Group, because it was
real estate group.
Yeah, because there is an expiration on that, right?
Yeah.
Agents that are entrepreneurial eventually are like, I want my own name to be something.
Yeah. And what somebody told me once was that, if you start Evergreen Realty, you're a new company. But Don Cordiner's been in the business for almost 2 decades at that time. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Still felt a little weird, but put a lot of effort into my branding. But then the nature of a team is agents join, they want to learn, they want to grow, they become badasses, and they want to go do that on their own, and they want to start their own team.
If you're doing it right as a team leader, you're growing these amazing seeds into something that blossoms.
Yeah. I'm very fortunate. The people that have been on my team, I still talk to 99% of them today and cheer them on social. Like, again, not all breakups have to be ugly, right? No. This ultimately was the goal. But to have your beautiful branding and now be able to have, this collective of peers on one lane, right? Which feeds my soul and calms my crazy, because I'm not just talking to myself, which is terrible. And then to have the team extension as well, so that agents that do need, mentorship, some training, leads, accountability, those types of things, they're interchangeable.
Yeah, that's what I'm so excited about, is you can have the best of all worlds under one umbrella and not have to disrupt your entire practice if you did decide that you wanted to start out with the mentorship. Yeah. And it's not just for new agents. Your team can foster agents at all levels, because there's a lot of times in life, and there's a lot of agents that want that support for the duration of their entire, existence as a realtor.
Business gets lonely.
It does. And I think that's a really cool that we're creating a community of agents that can go wherever they need to within the space of their own practice as it evolves. I don't like taking an agent from 0 to 60, teaching somebody how to unlock a lockbox. I would rather gouge my eyes out, and having somebody that likes to take an agent from 0 to 60, and then having a place for them to go when they want to take their business from 60 to 100, if they wanted to, independently with awesome branding like we're building. It's like, fuck, like the reason I was so stuck was because I'm only one person. I feel like that's what is so cool about this, is that it's just a place where you can be at any stage in your practice and thrive.
Is sarcasm and direct conversation, like, is that a love language? Because
no, throwing shade. Oh my God, throwing shade is my love language. Like, and I tell my kids that all the time. I tell my people who are close to my world know that, like, if Erin throws shade, it means she loves you. It means like, you know what I mean? It absolutely is. And like, for me, like, building this alongside awesome agents who just are authentically their own selves. They're not going to be exactly like me or you. And just creating this space where people can be themselves, because oftentimes we're going out into the world with the same imposter syndrome that all of us have had at one time or another, that we all live with. And if you can come in and you can create a space that's inviting, where you can just all be yourself. Yeah. Hi, I'm talking to you.
Sounds very moist.
Where is that's the sound? Moist. Boulder?
It's so weird.
Pepper's here. Hello.
Hi, Pepper.
Hey, hi. She doesn't see screens.
If I lifted up Jersey right now, she'd lose her mind.
Come on, it'll be funny. Pepper, look at Weedy Dog. Pepper, can you see the dog? Can they see screens?
Look.
Pepper, look. Hi, there's a dog. I don't think they can see screens. Look how cute they are, though.
No, do not lick me with that mouth.
Look at the dog. I think that speaks volumes.
So feminine, so delicate.
Speaks volumes about how cool it's going to be here, because we're going to have fun. It's not just going to be like,
we're both 15-year-old boys.
I know. I love being a 15-year-old boy. It's my favorite.
What is your favorite avatar as far as bringing people onto local and the brand go?
Yeah, so I am a broker's broker. Like, I love being able to work with agents who are badass in the field and know their shit and show up to work every day to get it done. Mm-hmm. And once you get to that place in your practice where you've built success, you don't have the same amount of time to put energy into the systems and tools and branding and marketing. Like, when you first start out, you have all the time in the world, right? And you can allocate it to anything you want and you can have fun with it. But when you get to a place where you're producing and people are depending on you to transact alongside them, you don't have the capacity for it. You can't be all the places. And so for me, taking these awesome agents who know their craft, but need the resources to be able to just show up to work, serve their clients, and elevate their practice, like, all day long. Like, I get goosebumps thinking about it.
It's brilliant. And you're so talented. I mean, you're good at it. You're exceptional at it.
Thank you. I really enjoy it. And I do truly think when you like something, you become better and better and better and better. Yeah. And I like sharing. Even for an only child, I love to share. And being able to see somebody that I know, like, trust, and respect in our market, carrying the brand that is being built is that's all I want in life. I just want to make people's lives easier. I don't want to wipe their butts. I want to make their lives easier. But I do think, I
love us.
I know. I love that you are willing to share your craft you're willing to share everything you have built and learned and honed in on and perfected with the agents around you. And like, that is a gift. I started out on a team, and it was the most invaluable gift that I was given. And I got to be part of a lot more transactions. And I had somebody that I could bounce questions that I thought were stupid, but were good questions, but I would have been, embarrassed to ask somebody who was peer to peer. Right. Yeah. And there's nothing better than having an ecosystem that is built to protect and built to serve
and elevate.
Agent. Yes. And wherever they're at, we meet them, right? Whether they're just starting out or seasoned and just need a little bit of zhuzh on their practice. So I'm super excited about where this goes.
And look, our market right now, it requires more effort.
Yeah.
And effort requires time. So
much time.
What you're doing is giving people hours back into their life so that they can put effort into their client outreach in order to just maintain.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'm a little jealous of an agent that is newer to real estate being able to start here.
I know, but that's exactly why it's so cool. It's because all of the things, all of the voids that we're missing, probably for us in different stages of each of our practices, we're solving for that.
That's how I know my Frenchie is at the appropriate weight. She can reach her bits with her tongue. Otherwise, she's built like a football, and she can't because she has a smushy face. She's tiny.
Talk about evolution, but
please come work with us because we are professional.
But that's the cool thing is when you feel lighter because you don't have to be all the things. You can have fun. I mean, again, like there's a lot of responsibility in being in this business. Without a team, without a brand, without any of the things, if you just go hang your license at Joe Schmo Realty, it's a lot of work and responsibility. And it's so lonely. It's such a lonely existence.
So lonely.
Even if you have an amazing brokerage of, awesome people that you go and you meet, you do the Tuesday meetings every day and all of that, like the day in and day out, it feels like you are just isolated from the rest and you're competing. So you don't want to give away all of your trade secrets and you don't want to give away all of your vulnerabilities.
I want to design a flyer. I don't.
I want to design a flyer.
Yeah. Yay, you get to design a flyer.
I love the marketing. Like for me, I think I mentioned this, if you could put me into a closet to for 40 hours a week to just create really cool shit that agents can use to elevate their practice.
Yeah.
And support the agents in going about their day and talking and dealing with their clients and doing all the things that are the actual income producing, but having the back end systems that make their lives easier and then beautiful branding on top of that.
Your back end is the best I've seen.
Thanks. I know. But no, really, for me, I take a lot of pride in making sure that what we're putting out there in the world for marketing is going to be something that you are proud of, to put your name on. And you're not going to feel like you have to go design your own flyer because the shit that I'm providing sucks, like a lot of, unfortunately, other places. Yeah. So you have the best of all worlds. You have the team element where they have Mama Bear making sure they're guided and protected and taken care of. You have the branding and the systems and the tools. And then you have this brokerage as an umbrella that gives so many tools and resources above and beyond anything that you're going to find in any other space. Yeah. I don't even know which one's the icing on the cake.
It does feel good. I've told you, this has been the biggest disruption of all the disruptions.
You're welcome.
And I have such a sense of calm and peace going through it. It's awesome. Trying to come up with a fancier word, but I can't. It's awesome.
Moist. Tell me your avatar of the perfect agent that is going to be on your team.
You know, the biggest thing is effort, right? Somebody that needs money, that needs to work, that isn't a hobbyist in this business, and that is willing to do the things that they don't necessarily love right out of the gate. You know, it's I am not a top-down leader. It's not a do as I say, not as I do situation, probably to a detriment. Somebody that I have to drag, that is not the right person for me. Somebody that wants to run, I will fucking run alongside them. I will stand behind them and I will hold them up so that they don't fall.
Yeah.
And I'm an open book. You know, there's enough business out there for everybody. There's nothing I have or I'm doing that by sharing it with the world is going to negatively impact my business. But effort, skill is, I can teach skill. I can help people refine and do better and be better. And what's great about that is I find that I become better and do better in that process of helping them. But the baseline is effort.
It shows in every interaction that I've ever had with you. Like, that's how you lead everything in your life, not just the agents that are around you. Like that's how you show up for the world around you.
Yeah, some right here. Some right here. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Boogers make me gag.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is going to be fun. Boogers make you gag?
Yeah.
What else makes
Let's
you gag?
not test that theory. I don't have to do planks today because my stomach hurts from laughing.
Bye.